Okay, is it recording? I was just gonna show some things in occupational therapy I'm doing. Try to get the tremors under control and get my strength back up in my hands and arms, and it's really interesting some of the things you have to do. So I get a workout every time I put peanut butter on a sandwich, because this is a weighted, not a fork, a weighted knife, and it helps if I have tremors and I eat, so I don't like make a mess, but also it's weighted, so it like gives me a workout every time I have a meal. And I don't know how much weight is in it, but it's supposed to help, and it does help. And it is like a mini workout for my grasping and hands and tremors and stuff. And then I also have a weighted spoon, so I don't like. Oh, and thanks to my friend, I call her foster mom, for this meal, but it helps me like not shake so bad when I eat. So I got a spoon, so I'm not like spilling shit, trying to slurp shit, and it's weighted. And then I got a weighted fork to also eat shit with. And that was really uncomfortable eating on camera, but I'm just showing this is the workout I get. And it's just a part of some of the therapy. Is getting warm in here now. I gotta turn down the heat. But anyway, yeah, that's a part of it. I thought it was interesting. I didn't think that like weighted utensils would help, but they do. And it kind of has been effective. I feel like they said I was making progress. And a part of the occupational therapy is, you know, the tremors, the weakness in my arms and grasp and shaking and stuff, getting that under control, getting a workout, rebuilding my biceps. I don't have any more. I can't really flex that good. Good enough. I mean, you know what? It's better than it was a few months ago. So, yeah, that's kind of just an interesting thing I do in occupational therapy that I do at home. And I also have this stuff that's fun. You get to play with toys, adult toys, but not like that kind of adult toys. Oh my god. Why did I put it down here? Oh god. Anyway. Alright. I get these things that I have to like stretch in different ways and work out with, and I'll put it on my leg and like pull it up. So fancy, fun bands. They're like they are like toys to me. They're fun. The workouts are fun and colorful. And this is another band. It's different strengths. Some are tighter than the other, and they're latex free, which is great because I have a terrible reaction to latex. And then my favorite exercise I do at home, which I also do there too. I gotta be careful because this can't get on anything. Fabric is really hard to get out. Putty and getting to squish this really hard putty, but the more you squish it, the softer it gets, and it works on grip and stuff, and it's fun because it's like I can't let my daughter see this. She would want it, but it's putty. This is my favorite one because I always have to be doing something with my hands. Even before the head trauma, that's why I enjoyed working on cars and was aiming to be an automotive technician, which at some point I want to get back to once I get better and get it together. But I've been busting rhymes the last couple of videos. But yeah, this is kind of like what I know, occupational therapy, and physical therapy is fun too. I already got the bands. I use the bands too in physical therapy. It's all colorful, and then you get to play with balls in physical therapy. Really colorful ones though. And you do stretches like roll, and then like holding the ball. And you don't really play basketball or anything with them. Well, I don't know what's next, but so far I've had to like roll on it and stretch, and like some are weighted, some aren't, and physical therapy is a little different. It's more focused on my walking, and I got bulging discs in my lower back and arthritis of the spine, so it kind of focuses on like the lower half, whereas occupational therapy focuses on the upper half. Whereas speech therapy, well, occupational therapy works on the upper half plus the tremors and shaking shit. And speech therapy works on cognitive stuff. I know my speech has been slurred since the skull fracture. She pointed out a lot of things that made me a little more self-conscious, like speech delay, which I didn't realize was going on, but apparently I got a speech delay. Cognitive skills like mathematical reasoning. She says I'm very right brain type person with my answers and stuff, but I think even before the head trauma, I've always used creative thinking to do what I did in college and stuff. I had a 4.0, and I had honors in literature, and I was really good at creative writing, and also I was really good at math at one point. I taught myself calculus because I couldn't hurry up and get into calculus because they make you do all these classes before in college, and I was going to be a paramedic at first anyway before cars, but anyway, I taught myself because I was fascinated by quantum mechanics, and because it's interesting, and I used to know a lot of shit, and I love math. I thought it was the poetry of the universe, and it was very creative to me. It wasn't boring math, and I was always doing math. It was fun. I was a little obsessed at one point, but all that's gone. My mathematical reasoning is like grade school level now. But, that's why in one of my last videos I said I hope, like speech therapy could get my brain back to being the way it was in college. Because I was able to process thoughts a lot better despite my ADHD back then. And I did really good with thinking. And, well, maybe not the best. I've always struggled with speech because I think in images. So maybe this will, help too, because it's gotten worse since the skull fracture head trauma. Because I think in images. So sometimes, I feel like I sound weird because I'm trying so hard to turn these images into verbal words. I'm a very visual person. So sometimes I struggle, especially now. And then, we're working on memory. I'm trying to think. And just like cognitive stuff, slurred, delayed speech, mathematical reasoning, thought processing, verbalizing. Speech therapy is really exhausting. You don't realize it until you get a skull fracture, and it's exhausting for the brain. It's actually the most exhausting one. I do physical work in occupational physical therapy, but speech therapy makes me so tired. It really works my brain out, but it's good. It's good, and I am making progress. And yeah, I'm feeling good about these therapies. I look forward to them and getting stronger and healthier. And I just kind of wanted to do a little video on what those therapies were like. I do them every Friday, back to back to back, and I love my therapists there. They're great. And yeah, so it's exhausting, but it's worth it, and it is kind of fun with all the fun toys and colors, and not all workouts are fun, but I get a kick out of like the weighted spoons and stuff, the whole arm and bike things, man. About freaking, I hurt so bad after those, but I'm getting stronger. Little by little, one step at a time, I'm going to get back there. I'm working on it. I'm going to get back to the point where I could lift up my daughter and twirl her around and dance like we used to. And I'm hoping to get to the point in physical therapy where I won't have to walk around with my cane. Like, I can manage short distances without it. Sometimes, depending on if my leg is, sometimes it'll be randomly numb. But I can usually walk around my room without my cane if, I'm not doing too much. But when I have to walk, like, down the road or to the bus stop or, go on my journeys, I bring my cane because I can't do it without it. My legs want to quit and give out on me, and I'm unbalanced. I have a struggle with balance, and but I'm hoping, that's physical therapy that's going to help me get to the point where my right leg is strong enough to, because it's weaker than the left. They said, well, duh. I mean, that's where I have a lot of nerve damage in that leg before now. Like, that was one of my big issues in the past. And, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so, like, I'm hoping to get that together and not only not walk without a cane, but be balanced enough to not fall. Because after I got my skull cracked, there were multiple times, including, I think the most recent was I slipped on ice, trying to ice skate. Not trying to ice skate, I was trying to get shit done during an ice storm. And I don't have a car, so I was skating on ice, and I fell back and smacked my head on the icy pavement. It was very cartoonish, kind of hilarious, but it sucked. It just added on to the head trauma. But I have a lot of incidences where I've fallen because of either being off balance or my leg, and every time I go in the hospital I get both the allergy and fall risk bracelets. But I am doing better than I was. Like, for a minute I was doing really awful, but through these therapies and going to these appointments and doing what my doctors and specialists say have really benefited me, and I'm not 100% better, but I'm feeling good and confident that I'm going to get there because I am feeling better. And it takes patience. I'm patient. I have to be patient. So, but I'm feeling better about it. I'm starting to feel better, and I feel like it's really going to work out in the end. And so, yeah, this is 13 minutes long, but I just wanted to talk about what I do on Fridays, the therapies, and kind of what it's like with the head trauma and stuff, nerve issues. So, thank you for coming to my podcast. This isn't really a podcast, is it? No, it's not. It's just some random video I'm putting out there because it's my creative outlet, and I just find this stuff interesting. But, alright. Okay, I'm going to end this video before it gets any more awkward.